BBC Radio Leicester.
Here is a lovely story that's going to put a smile on your face. Now, back in 2007, Jo Hayward became head of a failing school. Rowlatts Hill Primary at that point was in special measures. Things weren't going well. 12 years on, it's now one of the top 3 performing schools in the country, and it's top in Leicester for its SAT results. And Jo and her team couldn't be prouder. So how did they do it? Well, Jo showed me around, starting with the corridors, and they've been done out to resemble rainforests and undersea worlds.
I'm Colin Slater, and I'm honorary Rowlatts Hill staff member and artist in residence.
You just walk from one world to another, and essentially we're in a school corridor. But what's the inspiration behind these incredible designs?
To tell a message about what's happening under the sea or what's happening in the forest. So it speaks out a message as you're walking the length of the corridor, really. It's something, I think, that when they move on to another school, they'll realise how special this school actually was, yeah.
My name's Matt Hassel.
We're in a fabulous kind of Inca rainforest here. There are branches across, but all is not as it seems, is it?
We have to be creative with what we use. So these are swimming pool noodles covered in plaster of Paris. The boat further down the corridor is just some old bits of ply I had laying around and a paper mache waterfall. It's nice to have the freedom to be able to do it. It's a really special school to work at.
Let me show the Roman area.
So we have walked into essentially the school, outside the school loos. It looks like a Roman villa, pillars, but the loos have got Latin for, would it be boys and girls? Puellae and pueros? Mm-hmm. Oh, and we've we've come on to sort of gladiators in the doorway.
Every space is important, but this is something that they can just have, and it just adds. It's so exciting. That's what we want. We want school to be fun.
Hi, I'm Amanda and I teach Year 4.
Hi, I'm Beth and I teach Year 4 as well.
I'm Deb, I'm the Vice Principal.
I remember walking in on my first day and just being absolutely blown away by the corridors, the children, the staff, everything.
Yeah, definitely the same. It's the atmosphere it creates around the school, because the children are always excited to be in school as well, which definitely then crosses over into the classroom and their learning as well.
I've been here with the head since her journey began, so I've seen the school really develop over time, and I really don't think there is another school like it.
So we've come out of the main body of the primary school and we're into a standalone unit.
We wanted to create a space for the children to really think about how best they want to learn.
So I'm intrigued to hear about the pit and the big pit. I've never heard of this before.
I'm Carla Spooner, Assistant Principal for Key Stage 2 and Year 6 teacher. So the pit is a physical pit. The children can climb into the pit if they feel like they have failed or they're confused, and the idea is that they collaborate to get back out of the pit.
Can I climb into the pit?
Of course you can.
So there's no stigma then? If you take yourself to the pit, no one's going to go, ooh, they've gone to the pit?
But the fact that the struggle becomes enjoyable, because you can go into the pit, you can write on the walls, children come in and help you. It makes the struggle feel good.
My name is Rajan, and what I love about this school is that we're all treated the same no matter what we look like.
My name is Devesh.
So tell me about when you first came to this school. What was the language you were speaking?
I didn't know English. I only spoke Gujarati, and I didn't even understand any word. But then my friend, he helped me translate everything.
Our first remit is to make the child feel safe, make the family feel safe. We use IT and Google Translate to do that communication that needs to be done immediately. If they haven't got that language, we do a whole raft of language work, and very soon they start joining in.
What is it that drives you?
I suppose it goes back to my own family. My family came from the Punjab. They were aspirational. They worked in factories, and they just said education is the route to everything. And they were farming folk. And that's what I want to give to my families here. We can't change what's happening outside, but make the most of what's in front of you. I drive into work proud. I drive into work happy. And I feel very privileged.
Do you know, I left that school with a massive grin on my face because you got a sense of it there, just the sheer joy of the staff who worked there. The children were delightful, and I spoke to loads of them, and apologies to some of them. I couldn't get all of their interviews in. I wish I could. But as a place, as an example of what you can do with just a really good, strong leader who loves what she does, it was a privilege to go and see them at Rowlatts Hill. So keep up the good work. This is Breakfast on BBC Radio Leicester with 10 minutes past 8.